We got some big news concerning Jeepers Creepers Reborn. Let's get into it.
What's your favorite scary movie? Hey, man.
We'll tear your soul apart.
Well, I'm Pennywise the dancing now.
Oh, Lord on the beast!
God, don't do that.
But sometimes dead is better.
Hey everybody, what's up? KillJoy Jake here, and instead of having friends, I have horror movies. Today we have a big old Jeepers Creepers Reborn update. Now before I get into that, I'm gonna need y'all to like this video, and if you're new here, make sure to subscribe for daily horror content. Almost daily. Sometimes I like to take time off for rest and relaxation, R&R as they say. But today, we're going nuts with the Jeepers Creepers Reborn update. I'm very excited to talk about this. The biggest thing that we just got recently is a brand new behind-the-scenes video featuring Timo Varensola, the brand new director. Now, in the video, he talks a lot about how his approach to this film and how it's going to be very different from a lot of the other films coming out nowadays. Yada, yada, yada. Not that big of an update there, but what he does give to us in this new video is storyboards of what appears to be the Creeper escaping the Taggart barn at the end of where we left off in Jeepers Creepers 2, canonically, which is insane. Like, that is a huge reveal to just kind of throw in there and not say anything about, which is kind of nuts, but I don't know what else these storyboards could be. We get a drawing, at least, of what appears to be a very weak and feeble Creeper crawling his way out of the Taggart barn in like what is probably the beginning scene of this movie. I am unbelievably excited. That is what I've been wanting from a new Jeepers Creepers film. I could care less if they were gonna make a movie where it was just the Creeper again running around on a new feeding cycle. If they're not going to explain where we left off in the last movie, that's kind of a huge missed opportunity. And it seems like they have done that with this new film, which gives me much higher hopes for the film. There was rumors about it a while back because we saw a picture of the post-hole puncher gun thing from the second movie on set in what looked like a barn setting. So there was rumors, it wasn't like 100% confirmed, but now, I mean, come on, there's way too much evidence to suggest otherwise at this point. So the fact that that is there, that's really exciting. We also get a bunch of new images and clips throughout this that mostly feature the Creeper's truck, which is pretty cool. So that's another thing that's coming back for this movie that I know a lot of people will be into. I just hope that the Creeper's truck doesn't have like all the superpowers and gadgets that it did in Jeepers Creepers 3. The Creeper was so overpowered in that third film, it's unbelievably ridiculous. I hope they tone that down just a little bit. I like the Creeper having these like regenerative powers. That's really cool and creepy and scary, especially like in the second film, for example, when he literally loses his head because he gets a post through it or whatever, and he just takes someone else's head, puts it on, and it's just like, boom, he's fine. He's back to normal. I think that's a really creepy aspect of the Creeper, and it's hopefully something that is brought back into this new film. But something I really want to put a heavy focus on is the beginning of this movie. Is the beginning of this film going to be right where we left off from the second film? Are we going to have Ray Wise, for example, come back as Taggart to take down the Creeper, or ultimately get taken down by the Creeper? I definitely think that that's the only way you can go with this, is to kill the Taggarts at this point. I don't know what else you could really do. I mean, if they survive, it's going to be kind of just the same thing as the opening of Jeepers Creepers 2. So you're going to have a dark beginning to your series, but it also establishes this movie as a rebirth in the franchise by killing off old characters like that and kind of starting fresh. Because that's essentially, it's pretty on the nose by saying that, but like, you literally have a fresh feeding cycle for the Creeper to start off again. So kill off any past remnants of the other movies and start fresh with this new movie. That's what kind of the big goal of this film is to do with this franchise, is to relaunch it, to essentially make more movies. And well, yeah, the studio wants to make money too. So I don't think they're going to continue the past storyline. I feel like with this new feeding cycle, it's going to be its own thing, which I know is controversial to fans. We have a brand new person playing the Creeper this time around. We don't really have any returning characters coming back for this new film. I can see people being disappointed in that aspect because there's a massive plot point that still hasn't been resolved from the last story. About Trish, especially. What's going on with Trish? Is she going to come back for this new film? I don't know. It's not looking good for her storyline. I don't think that she's going to come back. I'm okay with the new story. I'm fine with that, especially because, you know, like, if they want to keep it disconnected from the other movies for obvious reasons, that's understandable to me. This is one of those franchises where I can understand that. It's a case-by-case basis. If they were doing this with something like, trying to think of another story-driven horror franchise like the Child's Play franchise, for example. If they wanted to make a new movie that had nothing to do with the other films in the franchise, that might be kind of tough, because that last Child's Play movie and where we are now in the TV series, it would just be kind of weird if they decided, for example, in the second season to just start fresh with a new Chucky series or a new Chucky timeline or something. It'd be like, what? You still have unanswered questions from this timeline. Why are we starting fresh again? That doesn't make any sense. So with this franchise, it's understandable, but it's also something that like I kind of wish we could see finished. I wish we could see either Trish take down the Creeper ultimately, or the other way around. I want to see an ending to that story, but this I don't believe will be that. I do think that if we are going to have this scene start off at the Taggart Barn, maybe Ray Wise has come back to play the character again. That would be sweet, but I don't think he's living through this. We don't see any shots of him in the teaser trailer. Granted, it's only like 15 seconds long, and we haven't seen much footage from this movie. It's something they could keep a secret, but you'd think if they were going to make another movie that's in the same vein of the second film, for example, where Taggart's running around trying to take down the Creeper with his post-hold punch-in digger gun thing. I don't know. That's a tough. I'm not even sure what the hell that is. But I don't do that kind of work, unfortunately. But if they're gonna make a same movie like that, to me it would just come off as this is the exact same plot of Jeepers Creepers 2, but just at a horror convention instead of with a bus full of teenagers. So I kind of hope that's not the case. I maybe this is dark of me to say, but I kind of hope the Taggarts just get like annihilated at the beginning of this film. Probably controversial. I mean, I think Jack Taggart's a great character, and Jack Jr. also a great character. But I'm kind of hoping they just kind of get offed right at the beginning. Let's just start fresh. Let's do something new. Let's embrace that if you're gonna go that route, instead of going like a 50-50 in the middle somewhere. I know people will disagree with that. People want to see this story continued or finished. And what happened to the Taggarts is already tragic, and to have this story get even more tragic, yeah, I can see people getting upset with that. But let's just go for it, man. Let's at this point, it's been 20 some years since the actual last good Jeepers Creepers film. I say we just go for it. Let's start a brand new story. This is Timo Verensola's movie, so he should do his own thing with it instead of trying to completely continue the story from the last couple of films. So I understand the angle that they're going with this film, and it seems like that's the only way they can take it, considering the disconnection, considering the stuff with the past director and all that. They have to disconnect themselves from that story, and I feel like it's understandable in this case. For every single horror franchise, it's different, and I would feel much strongly in a different direction if this was any other horror franchise, but considering the implications with this one, it's understandable to me. But what do you guys think? Do you think that they will have the Taggarts return for this new film? Maybe they do survive. I don't know. What do you guys think? That's just my take on it. I would love to hear what you guys have to say, though. Obviously, I think it's kind of confirmed at this point that, yeah, we're starting the movie at the Taggart Barn, which is a massive plus, and I am excited about that. But I am also excited to see a brand new story told about the Creeper. Maybe we learn a little more about his backstory this time around. Can he be killed? Can he not be killed? Is he an immortal being? Questions that we could get answered in this film, or potentially not. Keep the mystery alive. Keep that scary aspect of him continuous throughout these next couple of films, especially because it already looks like they're slated to do another one if this one is successful. So what do you guys think, though? Leave me something about it in the comments below. Thank you all so much for watching this new Jeepers Creepers Reborn update. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more horror content. Also, if you can, support me on either Patreon or my Kickstarter campaign for Red Right Hand, a Scream fan film, which I'm currently in pre-production for. So if you guys could support us over there, that'd be pretty cool. The link for all that stuff will be in the description below. Thank you all again for watching, and as always, don't forget to kill it out there, y'all.